Good evening. Thank you for joining us and happy holidays. 2022 has been a transitional year in regards to the COVID-19 pandemic. Nearly all restrictions have eased this year, making many people feel like the pandemic is long over. But that's not the case at the Thunder Bay Regional Health Sciences Centre, where COVID and other respiratory infections are still causing problems. Vasilios Bellos recently caught up with the hospital's CEO to discuss the challenges and achievements over the past year.
2022 was a year that saw drastic changes in COVID-19 restrictions. Mask mandates in public places and the proof of vaccination for travelers were dropped. As a result, many began to believe the pandemic is a thing of the past, but healthcare workers across the country know better.
While everything else seems to be somewhat normal, it's really not here.
Regional Hospital CEO Rhonda Crocker-Ellicott says 2022 brought some of their most trying times since the first lockdown, as they had to deal with case surges while trying to resume the regular operations.
But I'd say over the last 6 months, it's probably the most challenging of all times during the pandemic. Now we're in a situation where not only are we dealing with a high continued surge of respiratory illness, but we're also trying to co-manage and bring back the wait lists for surgical and procedural care. And we're really trying to ramp back up all of our operations.
While there have been difficulties, Thunder Bay Regional and its employees continue to persevere, reducing the surgical waitlist by around 1,000 patients. Along with this, the hospital did impress some evaluators earlier in the year, with Accreditation Canada giving the hospital their highest possible rating, an exemplary standing. Ellicott says this honor is a testament to hospital staff during these difficult times.
The resilience, the commitment, the dedication, the Herculean efforts of our staff, our people, our teams across the organization who are just nothing short of amazing. I continue to be amazed by them each and every day and the work that they do to, keep our care at, an excellent state is just, nothing short of incredible. So I just really want to recognize that.
Vasilios Bellos, TBT News.
Some of our area politicians are taking time to reflect on the year that was. We asked them to share their professional highlight of 2022. Their answers include being elected to serve, holding their political opposition to account, and awarding government money to worthwhile projects. And one said he'll remember this year not for a personal political highlight, but for a major international story that continues to affect the world as a whole.
Over $50 million on projects as diverse as a learning center for Matawa, the ongoing work on the art gallery, and in the region, new schools and First Nations like Bitagong. There are so many great things happening in mining, for example, the approval of the mine near Marathon with Bitagong and Marathon working so closely together, and of course, the development in Greenstone. These are things that the community has been working on for a very long time. It's my job as a member of parliament to help them achieve those goals, and we've had a bumper year of successes.
Gaining the confidence of the people in Thunder Bay Atikokan on June 2nd. The opportunity to be able to serve this great riding is a huge honor for me. It's a responsibility that I take very seriously, and I'm looking forward to doing the work that people of Thunder Bay Atikokan have entrusted me to do.
Well, clearly for me, I was fortunate enough to be re-elected as mayor with the kind of confidence that you can go into the job.
Seeing Bill 28 rescinded. Bill 28 was threatened charter rights and threatened to bring in the notwithstanding clause against workers in contract negotiations. So we were kicked out of the legislature in order to protest, and it really led to many people rising up really against that bill, and the government was forced to rescind it. So I think that's a very big moment for labor across the province and certainly for us.
I think the invasion of Ukraine, because it's a fundamental threat to the global legal order. We've had global peace, relative global peace for 75 years since the Second World War. And now we have a member of the Security Council flagrantly breaking the most basic and fundamental rules of international law, which is territorial integrity and the prohibition on attacking another state.
About 10 months after locally owned Bay Village Coffee was the target of an attack that included a smashed window and a homophobic letter, the Northside business has once again been hit by an act of vandalism. This morning, the owners posted this on social media saying, "Oh no, not again," with photos of the shop window appearing to have been smashed with a cinder block. The post continues, "It's not even been a full year since our last Rocktion," referring to an event in which the rock used to smash its window back in February was auctioned off to support the Thunder Bay Regional Health Sciences Foundation. Following the original incident, hundreds of people showed support for the business in a solidarity rally in March. Hundreds of people online are now condemning this latest act of vandalism. The owners couldn't be reached for comment today, and police couldn't provide further information on the incident. It's taking days to get caught up on the flight cancellations, delays, and baggage disruptions at Toronto's Pearson Airport after severe weather last week knocked the airport's operations into disarray. Siobhan Morris reports.
The Benham family trying to pass the time until they can come up with a solution to a crummy hand.
We're supposed to be on a cruise tonight, and our flight is delayed till tomorrow morning. So we'd miss our cruise, and there's no way we could catch our cruise at any of the ports.
No way to make good on a trip their party of 15 has been planning for over a year.
We've been delayed from yesterday to today. We just got a notice we're delayed another half hour.
After scores of flights pushed by a pre-Christmas storm, some self-service kiosks are offline.
Just playing it by ear and hoping that it will all fall into place, and we will get there with our bags arriving on time.
Some luggage checked before Christmas for sunny destinations has been stuck in Toronto after a weekend equipment breakdown. Fear about delayed bags is making some travelers repack on the terminal floor.
I'll just make sure something, when I arrive, I can have something for summer.
Sometimes it means an entire strategy change.
We weren't going to bring carry-ons, but now we're going to bring carry-ons just in case their luggage doesn't make the flight.
Trying to cram essentials into some tiny spaces.
Swimsuit and a shirt and what I got on. That's all I need, that and a beer.
The airport's authority says it's moved in people from other departments to help get these bags to people already on the beach.
But I think it's still going to be a few days. And a lot of that will have to do with the airline's capacity. Their staffing levels, we know, have been impacted.
A repeat of some summertime travel trends, but on a bigger scale.
Even the worst days in the summer when we saw backlogs and luggage being kept at the terminal, they are a minimum compared to what we're seeing over these last couple days.
Firestone says travelers should save all their receipts, document every delay.
Hopefully the airlines will solve your problems. Hopefully if you bought insurance, it will solve. Hopefully if it's on your credit card, you'll get covered.
The worst case scenario is a trip to small claims court. Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
Well, back here in our region, a collision has closed Highway 17 between Ignace and Chappaqua, according to the Ministry of Transportation. The government agency says barricades are in place and motorists are advised to avoid the area if possible. The incident was reported late this afternoon, and there's no indication when the highway will reopen. A former Thunder Bay resident's impressive run on Jeopardy continues. Ray Lalonde, who was born here and still has family in the city, won again this evening, running his streak to 9 wins. His competitors had no chance to catch him heading into Final Jeopardy. We'll have more on that on tonight's Late Edition. In the meantime, here's what happened yesterday when Lalonde survived a Final Jeopardy scare.
What is Grace and Frankie? Yes, reuniting Dolly with Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda, her 9 to 5 co-stars. How much did you wager? Ooh, almost everything. You have $23,100, and you are in the lead over Ray, who thought about this for a moment. What did he end up writing down? Crossed out a different answer and luckily came up with Grace and Frankie. That's correct. You wagered, was it enough? $5,000 is enough. $26,600 today, and now an 8-day total of $219,300. You survived another scare, Ray.
Yeah, it came down to the final question on Monday's program. One of Lalonde's challengers, Sarah Schmier, wagered nearly everything, as you saw, and took the lead by $1,500 after answering the Final Jeopardy question correctly. Lalonde seemed a bit nervous going into that final round, but after scratching out that initial response, he did come up with the correct answer. Taking his 8th win, which, as we mentioned, has now been run to 9, Lalonde is eligible for the next Tournament of Champions for winning 4 or more games. Again, we'll have more from today's episode on the late edition. Well, it could be a record-breaking jackpot for this month's Thunder Bay 50-50. The jackpot has surpassed $2 million with a couple of days left to go.
Somebody out there is going to enter 2023 as a multimillionaire.
The largest jackpot so far was last December, which hit $2.34 million. This month's prize will continue to grow as tickets are available until Thursday night. Of course, the 50-50 is all about raising money for life-saving equipment for the Thunder Bay Regional, and officials are currently eyeing improvements to the ER. Health Sciences Foundation CEO Glenn Craig says regardless of who takes home that top prize, everyone benefits from the 50-50, especially when the jackpot grows this large.
We have it on the wall in our pop-up. We're all winners, and that's kind of our theme with the 50-50. We're all winners. Whether or not we win the $2 million or the $25,000 or any one of the other prizes still up, by having better health care, better facilities for our medical professionals, we're all going to win. Not only the people in Thunder Bay, but all across Northwestern Ontario. Anybody who relies on Thunder Bay Regional Health Sciences Centre, they're winning with this.
The winning ticket for the big jackpot will be drawn on Friday morning, but those who enter by midnight tonight will also be eligible for tomorrow's $25,000 early bird draw. Well, Thunder Bay is being hit with its first post-Christmas snowstorm today, and while the weather may have caused some tricky conditions on the roads, some local families took advantage of the fresh powder. Kurt Black has the story.
The combination of fresh snow and mild temperatures made for perfect sledding conditions over at Balsam Park as kids and, well, kids at heart, raced down the slopes, making the best of the winter wonderland. Those who we spoke to were thrilled to be out enjoying the slopes, especially since they didn't have to endure the frigid cold to do so, as temperatures reached just 5 below on Tuesday afternoon.
No, it's really nice, and we were wiping out all the time on the snow hill. We're going really fast. People are letting us borrow their sleds because we only brought one. It's been cold the past few days, and it's really nice today.
It's great. The slopes are really nice. The snow's nice. You having fun, lady?
Yeah.
Do you like when Dad pushes you down on the tube?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of speed there, eh? And with mild winter weather looking as if it's going to stick around for the rest of the week, the Balsam Pit will likely attract more of those with the need for speed. Kurt Black, TBT News.
Well, Mitchell Ringos, Kurt Black, they're stealing your gig. Normally you're the one out there doing the weather stories. I expect you would have slid in on a tube for your stand-up or something crazy like that had you been out there.
I think I would have. I will say, though, Kurt did an amazing job. And while it was a perfect day for sledding, pretty much everything else was out of the question. Plenty of snow throughout the day. Temperatures, like Kurt was saying, pretty mild throughout the day. But snow, around 10, maybe more centimeters with more snow on the way at the moment. The conditions for driving, absolutely horrible. Also, viewing conditions, you couldn't see too far on the road, which made everything pretty much whiteout conditions. It was a little colder in the morning, but like we said, warming up, the wind, not too much of a factor. Now, looking at the storm coming through, this was from about 2 p.m. heading throughout the day. As you can see, the big part of it making its way through Thunder Bay, at the moment clearing out, but as you see farther west, there is more on the way. We'll get to that in just a little bit, but now to the region, they're seeing a break in the snow over in Fort Frances down to -9. They are under a watch right now for more snow heading into tonight as the other storm makes its way in. Sunshine over in Red Lake. Temperatures a lot colder down to -13 along with Pickle Lake, while farther northeast, some clouds on the way. Still seeing a little bit of snow in the area along with Greenstone down to -11. Now, farther east, a little warmer down to -5. Sault Ste. Marie still getting the tail end of that storm as it's making its way farther east. So plenty of snow still in the forecast for them. Their temperature, like I said, down to -5. Now tonight here in Thunder Bay, temperature not getting too cold around -7, feeling like -10, but The snow still sticking around. We could see anywhere from 2 to 5 centimeters, along with some sleet making its way through. The wind going to pick up to around 9 to 22 kilometers an hour. But like I was saying, even though this storm system has made its way out, there's another one on the way.
Okay, thanks, Mitch. And no matter what we're seeing here, it's nothing compared to the U.S., particularly in Buffalo, where the death toll continues to climb due to a massive storm there. We'll have all the details as your Tuesday News Hour continues.
100 military police are being brought in, as well as additional troops from the New York State Police Department.